All right, guys, welcome back to another week of the open prep cycle. We're only a few weeks away from the actual open. And remember, in the second half of these cycles, we often see some repeating things, so we can kind of retest and build off of the stuff that we've done already. Today is a perfect example. We're going to be doing the Deadlift Cluster. What that means is we're going to be doing a set of unbroken deadlifts with 1 minute rest in between. Last time we did this, it was a set of 21, 15, and 9. This week, we're going to build on that heavier with less reps. We're going to do a set of 15, set of 12, and a set of 9. So less reps, ideally heavier weight. So when we're talking about connecting deadlifts, I'm actually going to roll this to the side because really the big thing here is loading the hamstrings and keeping that bar coming straight up and down as efficiently as possible, okay? One thing I always talk about is the setup with the neck. A lot of times at the bottom position, we see people set up like this, okay? This actually breaks a good, solid spinal position, right? This is like standing like this, okay? So think nice long spine, okay, and maintain that position down and up, okay? When you step up to the bar, feet should be right under the hips, okay? When you come to the bottom and you set up, you want to feel tension in the hamstrings and a nice flat back, okay? You can switch one hand one way if you'd like, if you have grip issues, but again, get that tension, back is flat, okay? Feel that tension all the way up, squeeze your butt at the top, and then push back, tap off the ground, okay? What you want to avoid is coming down. Sometimes people do this because their lats aren't strong enough. They'll kind of come into the knees, and then the bar jumps forward, and now it's out in front of my toes, and I've lost tension back in my hamstrings, okay? So try to keep a nice flat back, keep tension, touch and grow for as heavy as you can with good form. The things that we always give for those with tight hamstrings or that struggle to get in a good bottom position, right? If this is you at the bottom, we never want to lift with that rounded back. So you can start with the bar higher. So put some plates or blocks, something on the side so you can lift from a higher position and just work on that range of motion, improving that over time. Or you can do the sumo stance. Okay, this is less low back, arms in between the legs, similar movement, but just a little bit different sensation on the quads and the low back. All right, so that's our strength portion today. Let's talk conditioning. All right, guys, we have a classic 3-round, 3-movement workout here. It's going to be 40 cals for the men, 30 for the women on the rower. They're going to do 15 power cleans and then 15 burpees over the rower, which is a little bit more challenging. Depending on size of class and number of rowers available, you can also do burpees over your barbell. Okay, so row for calories, pretty straightforward. Adjust that down if you're a smaller athlete or not as powerful of an athlete. All right. From there we go to 15 power cleans. This is going to be that moderately heavy weight. A lot of people will probably do 1 rep at a time if it's heavy or in the later rounds. Or if it's light enough, you can do barbell cycling, touch and go off the ground. So I'll show you both of those. So for the power clean, again, the setup is similar to what we just did in the deadlift, except at the bottom, instead of keeping the butt high to get tension in the hamstrings when you start, you're going to drop your butt a little bit and pull the chest up. Okay, so doing 1 rep at a time would look like this. You pull the bar past your knee, jump, catch, stand, drop the bar, step up to the bar again. Just doing 1 at a time. Again, something we've been practicing, those fast singles, okay? If it's light enough, you can hold on to the bar and connect the movement, okay? So you do the first rep, and then as it comes down, okay? Depending on the weight, I just did 2 versions. One, I come from the shoulder, past the knees, and I catch here. Okay, 1, I'm going to brush it against the thighs to kind of slow it down, and then drop it to the floor from there, okay? Main thing here is that nice flat back. You don't want to come down to here. For those athletes that are brand new to this movement, okay, take your time with it and break it up. I like to do a deadlift first, okay, bring it up to the thighs, set the chest, jump, okay, and then repeat from there, all right? So 15 reps, again, pretty steady. Couple at a time, maybe singles depending on how heavy it is for you. The prescribed burpee over the rower. So this is, you can see the height here. It's a little bit higher and a little wider. And it doesn't seem like it would make a big difference, but it does, okay? So number 1, you got the seat to deal with. This is gonna be a lateral burpee. So you're gonna be parallel as you come up, 2-footed jump over the rower, okay? If you're not comfortable jumping sideways, you can do the burpee, turn, face, jump over that way, okay? Main thing we want to do is a 2-footed jump, so you don't want to jump like that, okay? Same thing, if there's not enough rowers to do burpees or not enough space, then you're going to do your burpee over the bar. Same thing, a little bit easier because it's not as high and not as wide. Okay, but that still will get you tired. You got to do rounds of 15. So that's our workout for today, guys, and we have a little finisher for you as well. All right, guys, our finisher, just to really finish off the work on the posterior chain today, is going to be 2 bridge type movements. The first is going to be hamstring curls on the rower, and then the other is going to be the classic glute hip bridge. We're going to do 3 rounds of this. This is for quality. Okay, this first one is really hard. Okay, so here's what it looks like. You're going to start with your butt pretty close to the end of the rower. Okay, you're going to lay on your back and get your heels on the seat. Okay, you're going to lift your hips up, extend your legs out so hips are nice and high, legs straight. Keep the hips high and drive in. Okay, so try not to let your hips drop as you're doing this. You're really working on trying to keep the hip open the entire time, doing 15 reps. Okay, after that, you're going to rest again as needed. For the easier variation, similar movement will be 20 glute hip bridges, so bring the heels in close to the butt. Squeeze at the top. Again, same thing. At the top, you want to have those nice flat hips. You don't want to stop short. Okay, so really press through. Get a good range of motion for 20 reps. You go back and forth for 3 rounds. And that's it for today, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.